I'm agnostic. I'm on the borderline, and I've basically free thinking is where I'm at. That's what I was raised in. I was raised a Mormon.
Oh.
AKA, I was raised in a cult. That's what it is. It was a cult. And basically, my job, us good Mormon women are going to grow up to be goddesses with a god and inhabit a different planet, several planets. I mean, it's the old outer space deal, okay? And it's just really bizarre. And basically, you're taught, it's kind of interesting. Mormons are taught that anybody who's not a Mormon is a Gentile.
Right.
What's up with that?
Demonization.
I'll tell you what, it really is. So, at age 13, my exit stage right, after listening to all this crap, and there's the Book of Mormon, and there's the Pearl of Great Price, there's like 3 or 4 books, right? And besides memorizing the 10 Commandments, there's the Articles of Faith, there's this, there's that. By the time you've finished, you're spinning. You're just spinning. So at the time, in the 60s, the correct attire would have been a white blouse and a long black skirt. It is the 60s,
You
Dan.
talk about the
It just is
I'm
not.
remembering you.
Yes. At 13, then I discovered the Middletown Hop, and that was it. So at age 13, I buy some Day-Glo snake print material. The snake print is, for who, right? That old serpent. Okay, so I buy this Day-Glo snake print material, and I make it real low cut and up to here. Okay? And I put a raincoat on, and I go in and sit in I wear this raincoat, I take the raincoat off, and everybody is just like horrified. The horror. Okay, and so I sat right in the front pew, and that was the last day I ever attended. I was done. And of course, they kept coming and kept coming, the missionaries, and kept coming. Oh my God, do some laying on of the hands. Do something to do it. Do something. So, and in Mormonism, it is not a Christian religion. You all know that? Yeah. Their God is Joseph Smith. Okay, he found some gold plates that somehow he lost some damn gold plates somehow. Okay. Okay. And some angels came, the myth, right? Came. It's so unbelievable. All I can say is you can buy a book by Ed Decker called The God Makers.
Oh, yeah.
You can buy that book, The God Makers, and that will tell you everything you don't want to know and so much more. Now, Ed Decker, I have to tell you, as an ex-Mormon, he went straight, for some fundamentalist, right-wing Christian religion, okay? So I'm not endorsing the way he ended up, because to me, I was like, dude, you just got out of the cult. Wow, whoa. So,
What about
yes.
the Tanners? The Tanners?
The Tanners, yeah, those are some ex-Mormons. But to be an ex-Mormon means a lifetime of those people coming to your home trying to get you back. Or praying with temple rites and ceremonies over your spirit, okay? And their temples are basically temples for the dead. They do nothing but rituals for dead people. Even if you weren't a Mormon, they're going to pray over your dead spirit, and somehow you'll be reborn in another time on another planet as a Mormon. It's really unbelievable. I tell you. So, yes, age 13, snake print dress, forget it. Started going to the Middletown Hop, you know, it's rock and roll all the way. Forget the Beatles, went straight for the Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
How did your parents take it? Sympathy for the deaf. How did they handle it?
They weren't handling much. See, that's a misnomer. The all together Mormon family. Okay, that's totally untrue. They have higher rates of suicide, higher rates of divorce, way high rates of depression. As a matter of fact, it's a pharmaceutical rep's dream come true in Utah. There are so many people on psychotropics.
I've also heard their birth rate is very high in their areas, and that is where basically a large their family size is immense. They're huge size families.
Well, if you had 3 or 4 wives, you'd probably have a big family.
No, I'm not talking about the fundamentals. Just the Jesus
hold
Christ.
on, hold on. The fundamentalists, you can better believe the so-called mainstream condone that. They never would have given up polygamy, except they were forced to by the U.S. Army. Okay, they went in order to get statehood. Don't for a minute think that doesn't exist all over the place.
That was a teaching of Joseph Smith.
Well, and they wouldn't have given up the belief that black people were the mark of Cain
Right.
if they didn't want black people to be Mormons.
Yes, but blacks were not allowed to join the Mormon Church until 1978, because that's exactly right. You're brought up that black people have the mark of Cain.
Brigham Young had 53 wives.
That's correct.
Their big university is named after her.
That's right, the Y. The Y. And yeah, 50 some odd. And I have to tell you that they have not only a huge welfare system in Utah, because obviously nobody can support all of those kids and all of those whites. There has to be some type of way to support all of that. Now, as far as
Church-owned businesses. Church-owned businesses is way to do it.
Marriott Hotel?
80% of all people in Utah are Mormons. And if you are not a Mormon, you better not say anything negative about the Mormon church. You won't have a job. I'm talking about discrimination based on religion.
Is it true that you can't get, like, you can't even rent out certain condos or apartments in Salt Lake City if you're not in the Book of Mormon? Because I've been told that before. Like, if you're not in the Book of Mormon, you can't even rent a house or buy houses in parts of the area.
Probably. Now, next time you go to Marriott, the Marriott Corporation is owned by Mormons.
Yes.
Okay? You're going to get a Book of Mormon
Alongside the Bible, everywhere.
Yeah, you're going to get a Book of Mormon right there. And here's some other little unknown facts. The nuclear industry, the nukes, people, okay, the nukes, are primarily run by the Mormons. And the silos, you know, deep down under, the people that got their finger on the button are Mormons, because they'll do it blindly. Command, they will do it. No problem. Because after all, you're going to another planet, right? You're going to populate another planet. So it's not any big deal, okay?
Are you endorsing Mitt Romney?
Well, you know what? Surveys have stated that there's no way. I mean, he can spend millions, but basically, survey after survey shows that Mormons are so far down on the list. Because one of their stated goals also is to take over the United States government.
One of the things, though, I will say just now, I'm not a Mormon. I've never been in the Mormon I mean, I've been in the Mormon church, I've heard
Sure,
church service,
sure.
but they are having a lot of, I hate to say this, I don't want to sound racist, they're having a lot of white babies. And it's my understanding, they're having a lot of white babies. They have a lot of kids. If you go out to Utah, you'll see big.
You are
there's a
not
lot of
correct.
What?
You are not correct on that one. In Utah is predominantly white, but the largest groups of people that are becoming Mormons are in fact other races and other ethnicities. That would be the huge amounts in Indonesia, South America. They're one of the fastest growing churches in the world, although they certainly don't have the numbers. Now, the Catholic Church, of course, is the richest church in the world, but right under that is the Mormon Church. They're extremely rich. Okay? But that's talking about that upside down pyramid. You can better be sure that that's what exists. It's the white guys at the top of that pyramid for the white guys and white guys only. Okay? Now, us women in our wombs, okay, that's our value,
That's it.
okay, is our womb. Okay? Now, if you're a Mormon man or a Mormon woman and you happen to fall in love with a non-Mormon and you marry them and they don't convert to the Mormon church, you too could come home one night and the house will be cleared out. They will come and take the wife away with the furniture, the kids, everything, and you will never see them again. Literally. Because that's one thing they do promote is divorce from the non-Mormon spouse. Interestingly, when you're talking about all those kids, they have the highest rate of teenage pregnancies as well.
I didn't know that.
Yes, lots and lots of teenage pregnancies. Okay, so all is not well. It's propaganda and the traditional way of thinking of a supposed fundamentalist, living correctly type of religion. That's not true. But they want you to believe that. Okay, and so ultimately, to keep these people off of my front porch, I had to hire an attorney to get them off of my front porch. Because once you're a Mormon, you will always be a Mormon. No matter what you do. Just because you don't attend, like 50% of the people don't attend, you are a Mormon and you shall always be. So, I've called bishops, I've called Salt Lake City, don't pray for my spirit, don't pray for my dead body today, tomorrow, anytime, please.
The Catholics tell you that, but they have not bothered me.
Catholics don't do that.
No, they tell you that you're always a Catholic.
Right.
Well, thank you, and that is my Mormon story. Thank you very much.